Welcome to 80 Math Academy. Today we are going to graph one more sine function. In my earlier video I have shown you how to graph the sine function. So this is my second video for graphing one more sine function, which is sine of 2x, y equal to sine 2x. So let's see how to graph y equal to sine 2x. Okay. So in my earlier video I have explained you about the standard function. Standard way of representing the sine function is a sine of bx plus c, where a stands for period and a stands for amplitude and b stands for coefficient of x. This is amplitude and this is coefficient, and the period is found by using the formula of 2 pi by b. So I have explained this in my earlier first video. So now we are going to compare this standard equation with the given equation. So when you all can observe the equation below, y equal to sine 2x, for a I have the value as 1, so the amplitude is 1 here, and for coefficient of x the b value is 2, hence the period is 2 pi by b, which is 2 pi by 2, which is pi. So in my earlier video I have explained you that this complete one cycle of crest and trough becomes the period. So here I have the value for the period. I got the value as pi. So this total wavelength will be pi, and I need to divide it into 4 equal parts. So in that way this becomes 0, and this becomes pi by 4, and this becomes pi by 2, and 3 pi by 4, and then pi. So let's mark the graph like that. So let's draw the axis here. The positive axis of x is here, and the positive axis for y is here. This is the origin, and let me mark this as my period pi, and I'm going to make 4 equal parts for the period here. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So when I make that, I consider this as pi by 4, and this is pi by 2, this is 3 pi by 4, and this is 4 pi by 4, which is pi. Okay, and which is 2 pi by 4 becomes pi by 2. So let's now find the values for this, and let me write the same values on negative x-axis. Minus pi by 4, minus pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 4, and minus pi. So now let's find the values here. So let me take x value as 0 and y is equal to sine of 2x, which is sine of 2 times 0, which is sine 0, which is 0. And so now the second value is x equal to pi by 4. So for x equal to pi by 4, y is equal to sine of 2 times x, which is 2 times pi by 4, which is sine of 2 into pi by 4 gives us sine pi by 2. So sine pi by 2 is nothing but 1. And for x equal to pi by 2, my y value will be sine times 2x, which is sine 2, and for the x I have pi by 2. 2 and 2 gets cancelled out, and it will be sine pi, which is 0. And for x value of 3 pi by 4, my y value will be sine times 2 into x, which is 3 pi by 4, which is sine 2 times 2 is 4, so it will be sine 3 pi by 2, which is nothing but, for pi by 2 it is 1, and for sine of 3 pi by 2 it is minus 1. because sine 3 pi by 2 is nothing but sine 180 plus 90. So it is again in second quadrant, and hence the value becomes -1. In the second quadrant the sine value is negative, so it is -1. And for the last value, which is sine of x equal to pi, so y value will be y equal to sine of 2 times x, so 2 times pi, which is 0, because sine 2 pi is 0. Okay, so depending upon these values, I am going to mark my graph here. For the sine 0, I got the value as 0 here, and for x equal to pi by 4, I have 1. So for pi by 4, I am marking the value as 1, and for x equal to pi by 2, I got the value as 0, so I'm marking it as 0 here. For 3 pi by 4, I'm going to mark the value as -1. So for 3 pi by 4, I'm going to mark this value as -1 here, and for x equal to pi, I'm going to mark the value as 0 here. So for the negative x-axis, I'm going to replicate the same graph again here. So in that way, for pi by 4, I get the value as -1. For pi by 2, it is 0. For minus 3 pi by 4, I get the value as 1. For minus pi, I get the value as minus pi. So I'm going to join all of my points here on the graph. So this is the graph for y equal to sine 2x, and this is my complete solution for that. So I hope you all like my video, and please subscribe to ET Math Academy, and thank you for taking time for watching my video.